You have just parachuted off the Lovamorian flagship, the Majestic, and you have landed yourselves in the countryside in Steinberg. Right now, Heron, Flora's lifeless body, is in your arms. Her eyes gaze no more. Not because they cannot see, because she's dead.
Yeah, the eyes that could never gaze will continue to no longer gaze, but now for different reasons.
Loretta is at Flora's side, holding her hand. Norman is just wiping tears away, just shaking his head sadly. Oh, we succeeded, but at what cost? Our lady is dead.
Well,
my mission was to keep her alive.
Your mission was to keep her alive, but you should not blame yourself.
Let your superiors do that later.
That is true. I'm sure the Harping Secret Service will not be happy, but...
It was not...
Come on, Loretta. We can't let people see her like this. At this point, Loretta and Norman begin wrapping up Flora's body, and they lay a veil over her face.
Fairly mangled from axe and giant boulder.
Yes, indeed. It looks a bit mangled, but the face is somehow still pristine and beautiful.
Wow.
As always.
The magical slave, meanwhile, is still he's still in his mask, kind of swaying around back and forth. Where am I? This isn't the airship anymore.
Heron, should we do something about that guy?
Heron's all like looking at the corpse of Lady Flora. He completely didn't hear what your character said, and he's just going to keep...
I want to give out the character suggestions. Well, perhaps Nash will think of it. Maybe binding the spellcaster's hands, maybe for safety. Also help to lead him around.
He seems fairly kind of out of it right now, and he also seems fairly submissive and open to being led around. He doesn't really seem dangerous.
Oh, good.
That googly monster's no danger anyway. It's so friendly.
He left the googly monster back on the airship.
Googly Monster's gonna take the airship and go have adventures over the horizon.
Googly Monster's gonna rename it the Googly Monster Airship.
Yep.
Heron takes out his whistle and is all like...
Just at this point, Norman puts his hands on you. Mr. Heron, should we really be announcing our position to everyone?
Especially as the bad guys have, air coverage.
Or
No,
is this...
it's fine.
I would just point up at the burning airship.
It's not like there was a bit of a fire, but
There is smoke.
There, yeah, you do see a little trail of smoke as the airship travels off into the distance.
And burns.
Yeah, and it explodes and lands on you, killing you all at the end. No, really, it just kind of flies off into the distance, smoking a bit.
Given our current situation, I think I would appreciate Briar Rose being with us right now.
Yes, your horse parachuted with you.
She could only be with us if she came down too, and she would have broken all of her legs.
Hey, no, Briar Rose didn't go on the boat, and she wasn't tied up at the place.
It would be kind of stupid if you put your horse onto an airship.
Yeah. Didn't we discuss this previously, like with the gigantic neighing crate alongside ours?
It'd be perfectly fine with right. You said there were gliders up there, right? Just attach wings to each side of the saddle.
That's not how science works.
You shut up for
This is a fantasy realm with magic.
But physics.
I'll
Still not
flap them
outside.
then. How about that? I'll flap them while we're going.
She turns into a Pegasi.
It might be easier to just argue that she was here when you landed. She just kind of knew, or maybe she was following you on land, and just when you came out.
I don't
That's
know.
why you whistled.
I'm whistling to see if Briar Rose shows up. That's what
Alright.
I'm going for.
Well, you do realise you are quite some way from where you left Briar Rose.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe she's. It wouldn't be the first time Heron thought he was alone and had to use his whistle, and his horse came to help him. It happened in earlier missions before he joined you guys.
At this point, sort of Norm puts his hand on your shoulder. Sir Heron, though I appreciate your candour, unfortunately I do not think your noble steed will be able to hear you from quite this far away.
Roll it.
Yeah,
Like 1 in 100
Come on,
I'm gonna
you.
make a notice roll.
Come on, can I do it? Yeah, I'm gonna.
No, this is Briar Rose's notice roll, not yours.
Oh, okay, cool. Go for it.
Go on, the power of
remember-
cinematics.
Remember what happens every time you try to roll for something awesome. Quite frankly, letting the horse roll for something awesome is a better option.
Jesus Christ!
Briar Rose right now is just eating some
I take that back.
With a
she's
critical-
just eating from her trough. She's just like, completely.
Cutscene back to cuts over to Briar Rose, chilling like a villain. Right, you are. That's fine.
She's just sort of like flirtily fluttering her eyebrows at some young stallions. You better get back there.
Well,
quick.
that was an epic fail, so something else bad should happen.
Yeah, oh, shit.
When you come back, Briar Rose is pregnant with lots of lovely fawns.
That's
Okay.
a good thing. I'll make loads of money after I sell them.
Oh no, you don't know the heritage of the horses. For you know, they could end up being like mules.
Yeah.
maybe.
fucking
I'll
hell.
still make money from selling them. It's still positive, mate.
Anyway, yes. You don't think Briar Rose has heard your call after waiting for a couple minutes?
Listen, Heron feels even more sad and abandoned somewhat now.
We should bury her.
I don't think here would be the best place. I think Our Lady would prefer it if she was buried in a Church of the Light of Dawn, if that's all right with you.
Do we have a local one?
Yeah, Steinberg's a very cosmopolitan city.
Yeah.
There would likely be at least one church, even if it's very small.
Of course,
Yeah.
we've got a
Thinking
lot
that
of
we got some assistance.
we've got a lot of ground to cover, so
I
better get
suggest
started.
we find a nearby village and hire a carriage. If they ask about this, I'll just have to say bandits got her,
VIP.
which in a sense they did.
yeah.
Oh.
Norman wipes
Well-
tears from her eye.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay, so
we all
Heron,
start moving.
Heron picks up the wrapped corpse and starts
Okay.
walking. I guess he doesn't know where he's going. Which direction?
Clearly into the mountains
after
is a good
walking
idea.
For a little while, you see a signpost that sort of points to a nearby village. Let's call it
Villagington.
No, that's not. Think more German. Think more, yeah.
Germanton.
Start with a turn. I think Berg or
Prost.
Germanberg,
Prost.
then.
Yeah, there we go.
Prost.
Prost. Okay.
Prost. It means
village-
cheers.
A little village of Prosit, I think, isn't it? Anyway, the little village of Prosit. Yep. There are, sort of carriages for hire there. There are plenty of
Well,
people
we're
who
gonna
own a carriage
stay
who want to take
with the
some work.
body outside and send Norman in to get the carriage.
All right. Norman nods. Norman goes inside to one of the villagers' houses and negotiates a carriage. Unfortunately, having to use some of Flora's collateral.
No,
Well,
we're not
it
allowed
was
to
kind
take
of-
out.
All right.
It's for the party.
He's taking
It's
money
like
off me
funds.
before he's taking money off the
And
dead
second.
woman.
Guys, very important thing. You know that Brick says that we're not allowed to do any shopping in these sessions. We have to do them between the sessions. Did we loot Flora's corpse?
Oh,
No.
If you
love
try
it.
it, I'll hack your
I'll
hands
stab
off,
you.
young man. You go near it, I'll hack your hands off.
Who's stealing from the
I'll
dead?
stab you. What you
Just
try to
checking.
go
At this
closer,
point,
we
at this
glare
point
at you.
Swift, you hear a voice in your head. A good idea, but not while everyone else is watching.
But to be fair, I'm not sure I would yell, "Did we loot Flora's corpse?" in the middle of a village.
We lose Flora's corpse! Okay, Norman thanks you and asks for 20 crowns if you want to pay for the trip.
Of course.
Yeah, make sure it's a nice carriage.
He nods.
A hearse, you mean?
Let's see. I'll give him the cash.
You're handing it over.
Yep.
Okay.
You can each give 10 each if you prefer.
No,
You know.
I've already
Okay.
given it.
Alright, fine.
Well,
You
I'm
get
holding
the-
the corpse, so it might be a bit hard for me
Then you
to.
get
I'll
the
just put her on this
Between
muddy
the two
floor.
of you, you get the nicest carriage in this little village. And
It's
alright.
a farm cart.
You know, sort
It's a
of
refurbished farm cart.
the driver looks askance at the body for a moment, but Norman just says, bandits. It's a terrible shame. They destroyed our carriage. She was important to us. The driver just nods. He sort of laments the fact that bandits have become more common in these days. And you begin the long carriage journey back to Steinberg.
Good. Hide from them the fact that we're now traitors to the crown.
But he was right in a way, because she was very important to us. She was the healer.
I'm gonna punch that king right in his silly nose.
Okay, right.
All the things that were silly about him, I don't think the nose rated that
To
highly.
be fair, he said just put them in the brig. He said take them alive. It was old Johnny Electrocute everyone here that started the fight.
Well, it was either that or allow two musketeers
Was it-
and apparently a rogue mage to shoot stuff at us.
He's grounded for a month, mate. That one. Oh.
Was it not because Heron rolled the taunt? Basically got
No.
sword-strong.
He
Yep.
wanted me dead.
Yep.
He wanted
Yeah.
me
No, he
dead.
said
Just
capture them alive, but have that one tortured.
Oh yeah.
Severely tortured, I believe. is the
Severely
phrase.
tortured, yes.
yeah, and
Because
then
he
Zappy
kept
McZapperson.
I regret nothing.
Of course you don't. You want to loot a fucking corpse, you monster. Anyway,
I
okay.
didn't cause the death.
Debatable. Anyway, you are taken back to Steinberg. And I assume you're going to go see Aileen.
No. We're
Okay.
going to a church with a light of dawn.
All right.
Yeah.
Norman says he has found a church of the Light of Dawn in Steinberg, and the carriage drops you off there.
Is it
And
not
we
better
did-
to after you?
It's
No.
Oh,
I'm dead.
No. Are you sure?
Is it-
Are you sure?
Is it not better to take her back to
Flora
her
just puts
home
her hand
city?
up. I don't want to be buried there. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be better to take her out
It
of
is,
this,
but
city?
here we can leave her body for keeping until we are ready to move her back to her home.
It's a long distance. The body will rot.
Nope, we'll
Yes,
have it embalmed.
Well, let's consider that. I think I will arrange with the priest to have a service for her in a few days. I think it's best that we all pay our respects to her.
Of course.
Thank you. You are all her friends, and I appreciate you all helping her fulfill her dream of saving the world from tyranny once more. Now, perhaps we should take this poor soul back to Aileen Sylvanas. hopefully she'll know what to do with him.
Yes. She might do
Right,
that.
well.
I don't think any of them know what to do with these people.
And that's why we needed Flora.
Yeah,
It's fine. You guys will be fine.
I was happy to blindly follow the person that wasn't going around stabbing everyone.
What?
To be fair, Swallow didn't stab many people. I mean, Swift didn't stab many people.
Nash
For the
did.
most part, he just electrocuted and burnt them.
Oh yeah, but sometimes I only stab people when I needed to conserve spell points. That's how it works.
So, do you take the body back? Sorry, wait, no, you've already taken... Yeah, Flora's body has been taken into the temple.
Yep.
And I'm guessing you'd be taking Mr. Magical Slave here back to the Drunken Donkey.
Yes.
Alrighty then. Okay.
Mr. Slave, have you met our donkey?
I'm guessing
No.
we have to do the whole discreet delivery
No.
thing.
Do you know
again.
what? Right, I think someone has to stay with the corpse, so I'm going to stay with the corpse because if they know that corpse is there, who knows what could happen?
Alright, you sure you want to stay with the...
If you
yeah, I
want.
guess it means you'll be able to avoid getting dressed down by Aileen, so...
Well, that's going to happen at some point anyway.
How many times has it happened?
Dodging
already,
your
like secret agent
responsibility, Harron.
thing? Probably a great many times actually stumbled into our office, all your clothes burned off, and having a mission gone horribly wrong.
To be fair, it's probably not such a good idea to employ a secret agent that has a fucking horse and a shield and armor. That's not really a secret agent, that's a knight.
Hey, is that...
He
no,
didn't join
he
us
doesn't
as
have
secret
plate
agent.
mail.
It's full leather!
No, it's not full leather. He's got some chain.
That's not better.
Okay, right. So, you lot head back to the Drunken Donkey. You do your little, I want to see Carl. Flip back around the table once more. And there is Aileen Sylvanis with her neutral poker face once again. I'm glad to see two of you back. Where are Heron and Flora?
It's a long story.
Well, sadly, Flora didn't make it.
Oh dear.
Harron is with her now at the Temple of the Light of Dawn.
I see. I'm sorry, Nash. Swift. She was a good woman. I didn't
Yes,
know
she
her that
was.
well, but she was willing to risk her life, give her life for what she believed in, and I respect that. If there's a service for her, I would be happy to attend. Anyway, for now, I'm assuming this fellow here is one of Gainsley's magical slaves that you were talking about earlier.
Yes, it's the one that we were supposed to get.
We hope.
Oh dear, this poor fellow looks mentally stunted.
But he was zapped a few times for unrelated reasons.
He
Oh,
seems...
All
dear.
those burn marks on his body. We were there when we found him.
Yes,
What's your
we...
fault?
Yes, we don't really know what to do with him now that we've fetched him, so to speak. So we
Don't
thought
worry.
we'd leave him in your custody.
We have people who are specialized in rehabilitating Lovermore's captured magic-using thralls. We have special asylums to help the healing process. Don't worry, we'll take care of him and we'll gather what we can from him and expose Lovermore's crimes and Gainsley's plans to the entire council. I don't think there's any chance of, once all this is done, of Lovermore and Deridon having their alliance anymore. Gainsley has been completely discredited.
Yeah, that
Yes,
reminds me, I did kind of convince, or at least slightly convince the king that Gainsley is a warlock.
Yeah,
You talked to the king?
he was on the
Yeah.
airship.
Yeah, he was on the airship, so we said some things, and I said some things, and I don't know how, but I think I somehow managed to make the king think that Gainsley is a warlock with hitherto unknown spiritual powers, who has the ability to control more than one spirit, and
Well,
now the king doesn't trust him, which is probably a good thing. Also, I set the king's ship on fire.
Oh, I see.
And, well, he practically said as much that he had control over spirits.
Well, he certainly does through his Magitech devices.
Yeah.
And this poor soul must have been controlled by one. Anyway, just don't worry. Leave him with me, and we'll try our best to rehabilitate him. The Norman at this point informs Aileen that there will be a service in a few days. All right, thank you, Norman. I'll be sure to make an attendance. The rest of you, you've completed your mission, and so has Flora in death. You go get some rest now, and you can prepare for the service in a few days.
Good.
Don't worry about the meeting, the final meeting of the council. That's basically a formality at that point. I'm sure the ambassadors of Jarrock and Osea and Harping will handle that just as well.
Well, now that they're more or less united.
Indeed. I'm glad to see this. Well, gentlemen, I'm sorry about your loss. Let's put Flora to rest in a few days' time.
Yeah, well, we'll need some rest and recuperation, and then service time.
Take
Okay.
2 days of shopping and spa treatments.
Swift steals all of Flora's money and goes on a shopping spree. No,
Well,
the
That won't be
whole
a session
bloody
all
set.
in all of itself. And
Well, what we want to do, though, is go to Taylor. And get some proper clothes for the ceremony.
Preferably
Very
ones
well.
that aren't battle damaged as well.
just
Yeah.
kidding.
All right.
I
Alright.
already got some.
But those for a man, though. You're going to dress
What?
her in your male clothes.
Oh wait, what? No, I thought I meant
Oh,
for me.
you mean to attend the funeral?
Yes.
I can't go dressed as some scum.
All right, I thought you meant you were going to dress Flora's body up. Don't
Nope.
worry, the
I thought-
temple will take care of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking she's got sidekicks as well.
That's probably crossing the
What are
line.
they doing now? In fact, what are they doing?
They're
They're
with
probably
you.
trying to squeeze Flora's mangled waist into a size 4.
Okay, right. Right, cool. Yeah, as long as they're actually doing
You are
something instead of just
supervising-
slacking now.
You're supervising the priests preparing the body, embalming
No,
it as best
we're
you
not.
can.
Well, Heron might be,
Well,
but,
no,
but
Heron is,
well,
anyway.
we're making sure that mostly Swift is properly dressed
Not setting anything on fire, okay.
and properly
I'm
dressed
wearing,
for the
I'm wearing
ceremony.
a hat.
Alright, you try and... Okay, the intervening days, sort of Loretta tries desperately to catch Swift and fit him into a nice suit. It isn't very easy. Stop squirming,
with the
Swift.
fire.
You really are the most rambunctious child I've had to take care of.
You'd think that this child would get a little more respect after setting, like, thousands of people on fire.
You don't get respect for setting
No,
people on
Pig.
fire. You do it for being a good boy.
Yeah, and you're still a kid.
What? This
Hey,
goes
don't
against
go any
everything
Flora.
Swift has learned in the past few years.
Loretta's got it covered.
Okay, so, anyway, fast forward to the service. Amazing grace.
Not too
how
much, copyright.
sweet the sound. Oh crap! Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm gonna sing it all discordantly. Yeah. Okay,
You were singing
go.
it discordantly.
you are at the small graveyard behind the. What's so funny?
Flora's death.
Oh
mark.
yeah,
It's just a-
Flora's death. There you go.
Yeah.
You know she's dead.
Okay, now we know.
Okay.
It's official.
Yes, you are at the modest graveyard behind the fairly modest Church of the Light of Dawn church in Steinberg. You hear the priest giving a long speech.
Oh, there's Thomas.
as
Good. I wonder what happened
Thomas. Yeah, there you go. You'll find out
I have
momentarily.
control over this. She starts spinning around like the Exorcist.
Your mama sucks. Yeah, okay. Anyway, yes, the priest starts to finish his speech. Truly, More than anyone, she believed in the Church of the Light of Dawn and its principles. That Thaeon fought against tyranny, not to oppress people. Truly, she walked the path of Thaeon.
You bastard.
Yeah!
You set up this entire thing just for the... Just to stop it. No!
Yes!
Don't ruin the moment.
Yeah, don't worry, Swift. You weren't responsible for her death. I planned it all along, just for that line. Okay, right.
I mean,
There we go. And she is
I'm not gonna
lowered
forgive you for this.
behind the slab. It's put over her. And, yes, at this point, Thomas, interestingly, approaches the party. He throws a wreath onto Flora's grave, turns around. I'm so sorry about what happened to Flora. Nash, she gave me another chance, even though I betrayed everything I believed in and everyone I cared about. If not for her, I'm sure Aline probably would have disemboweled me.
Well,
Like,
you deserved another chance. That was just her way.
Thank you, Nash. I know
And-
that you... Go on.
Yes, and you've proven a valuable ally and a friend. And she really appreciated you turning around.
Thank you so much, Nash. He reaches up and hugs you.
Well, I hugged back.
Oh, okay, just
There
sort
we
of...
go. There we go.
There we go. At this point, Aline just comes over and says, all right, come on, Thomas, come on.
Try to disembowel you.
At this point, Aline just walks over to the lot of you as she puts another wreath on Flora's grave and approaches Heron. Heron, unfortunately, though you did help her succeed in her mission, you could not save her. I know you're going to see this as a failure. I know what type of man you are, Heron. You're idealistic. That is why you passed up your easy life in the nobility. But you must remember, you are going to fail a lot more in this Secret Service. It's not an easy life, but you must grow stronger from these failures, so you can continue to do good in the world.
Well, at the very least, it is a learning curve, Eileen. Perhaps next time I won't be so foolish as to let it happen.
Aileen, in a very uncharacteristic sign of affection, sort of pats you on the shoulder. Good man, Heron. I'll have a new job lined up for you soon afterwards. Meet me back at the Drunken Donkey. She walks back over. At this point,
the king.
you see... At this point, King Stanley comes in. Boy!
Not done with you!
I said take her alive!
And I stabbed
Bring her back to life now! Okay. Right, Master Olango and Shen walk over.
Oh, did they find out what happened to the other guy?
Nope.
Yeah, actually, he still doesn't know what's happened to Alvin.
That's right.
Hmm.
Ah, I heard words from down the grapevine that Flora was killed by bandits. This is such a terrible shame. She worked so hard and so passionately for her beliefs, and her beliefs in altruism meshed well with the beliefs of the free market, as it should. I think Jarok has lost a great daughter today. And
Great
at
indeed.
this point, Alango drops a flower wreath and also trickles some coins onto the grave as well, which is the greatest honour in Jarok. So to actually trickle coins over
Yeah.
the grave.
It is.
and he leaves a.
I'm guessing
sort
it's
of a
in poor
little...
taste to go pick up the coins again.
That would be extraordinarily poor
You'll
taste.
lose your hand.
That would
No,
be
not
You'll
me,
lose your
not
hand.
me, not me, not me. Just
Don't
the
grave
European
rob.
traditions kind of makes me think that they throw the coins on the grave and then they go pick them up.
Well, they'll lose their hands if they do that as well.
Yes, and Elango goes back to the crowd. Shen sort of shakes her head, drops another reef, and whispers to Nash, I'm terribly sorry about your loss, but you haven't forgotten about my medicine, have you?
This isn't the time.
That's the man who's
Sorry.
forgotten about his medicine.
Not the right time. I apologize. Shen is back. At this point, yes, there is something of a period of mourning. But
I was
go
thinking-
on.
No,
Just from what you said earlier, what Elango was saying, now I imagine he's got like an agent or a contact who's called Danny Grapevine, who just feeds him all the information.
I heard from Danny Grapevine.
Yeah. I like to think he's one of his agents now.
At this point, Elango's just murmuring, perhaps those bandits were the same ones who kidnapped Shen. Sorry, not
And
Shen,
Albin,
Albin.
yeah.
Who kidnapped Albin? Where is
Maybe it
More
were.
truth than that than you
Well,
think.
Nash
So-
takes a step forward.
damn
Okay.
it, you beat me to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can both at
And
the same time just
he
give each
looks
other a dirty
down
look.
at the coffin. And you can sort of see a single tear.
Oh! You have never seen Nash cry at anything. This
No.
is-
But yeah, but then the tear enters an adjacent square and he gets a free attack against it.
So, well,
It
wipes
falls
away.
from his cheek and he just slices it in half with a dagger.
He wipes it away and
With his
looks
trident.
down. Goodbye, my friend. You were an inspiration. I'm sorry I couldn't do more for you. I'm sorry I couldn't do better. And now you're gone. He trickles some coins and a reef. Turns away.
Heron?
Heron, though dressed for the occasion, didn't bring any flowers like everyone else because he's not as smart as they are.
D4 smarts. Very good. Role playing.
But Heron steps forward and he says, part of the reason I came here was to show my daughter heroes still exist. I wanted to fight for the benefit of elves and magic users and try to remove the oppression that Thaeon once fought to free his own people from. I was mistaken as to who the hero in this tale is. It wasn't me, it was Lady Flora. Lady Flora has done a great deal to improve the life for everyone in the lands. I can only hope to accomplish half of what she did. Lady Flora's heroism will go on in story and legend as the mighty hero Thaeon does.
At this point, Swift, you hear a voice in your mind. Even I am tearing up a little.
Oh shit!
Swift seems strangely detached as he steps forward because the others had a turn, he might as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just looks down at the grave. Goodbye, Bright Eyes. And places the Thaeon plushie by the center.
Okay, so after... Oh, yes. And Norman and Loretta both say their goodbyes as well. Loretta's just kind of like weeping, grabbing the tips. No, my lady, no. Norman just tries to hug her.
I've been my retainers for so long.
This Norman says, so, what do you all think you'll be doing now?
Well, I think I might talk to Aileen. I think
Very
there's
well.
more to be done. Well, I think I might further the work that she was doing with harping.
Yes, I don't agree with everything harping does, but they seem basically to want good and the same things that Lady Flora did, and that's why they helped us here. I respect your decision, Nash. Swift.
Aaron's like,
And Heron, of course, we appreciate your help. Swift, and I know, of course, Heron, what you'll be doing. Swift, what do you think you will be doing? I have much geography still to teach you.
Yes. As much as I would appreciate that sort of thing, I have some memories to track down.
Oh, I
And
understand.
I have a coven to find.
A certain Vex, maybe?
And probably set fire to. Yeah,
You will be the first.
Vex may get live, but I need to go find Vex, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, well, best of luck to you then, I suppose. Oh. From what Loretta tells me, she was a very strange woman.
Very
Well,
much so.
That's one way of putting it.
Swift,
It's the one
you
thing
don't
that
have the
probably
greatest
doesn't make
mastery of geography and politics, but you're a lot braver than I thought you were. Thank you for sticking by my lady until the end. Puts his hand on your shoulder, walks away again. At this point,
Hidden
you
characters
notice
revealed.
a elderly man coming in from the graveyard.
No.
That's
It
Barclay.
is Ambassador Berkeley.
No.
He appears with a couple of his older bodyguards. He approaches. He looks at you solemnly, and he walks towards the grave, and he lays a wreath, and sort of puts his hands on his walking cane, and looks down for a bit. A better woman I've seldom seen. Turns to all of you. Listen, I made a plan that I thought would save the world and fulfill a promise to an old friend to protect his son. I'm so sorry that she died in the process of it. You did a good job. Gainsley is completely out of favour with the king now. The king's removed him from court while he's been investigated. You've done it.
Well, I just hope it was worth it.
This doesn't change one simple fact, Berkeley. Your king is effectively a vacuum. Not only does he suck, but he attracts all of these power-hungry morons. And I'm not referring to yourself. You were a retainer of his father and so on and so forth. But there's always a chance that someone else like Ainsley is going to pop up again. And that could be a problem for me and my kind.
I understand that. Well, now that Gainsley's out of favour, I'll try and use my last remaining years the best I can to find somebody else to try and steer him on the right track. I'll do my best. But for now, there's one thing I wanted to do. In my life, I've managed to accumulate some wealth, some savings, and I thought that I'd get in so much trouble if I was seen donating to this heretic order. But bugger it. He takes out a pouch of gems and hands it to Norman. You're the one who handles her affairs, right? In there, you'll find 5,000 crowns. It's most of my savings.
Oh.
Take it as a donation to your church. And if you can, to build a monument to your lady. Thank you all again. And Nash, thanks for the mead, mate. Hits you on
No
the
problem.
shoulder. And he starts to leave with his guards. But there's an even bigger shock in
Oh,
store.
If it's Vayne, I'm going to be annoyed.
Ooh.
If it's Stanley, he's getting punched in the face.
Damn it!
Fuck.
Flora says, "I'm not dead yet.
Walks in.
I'm
She
getting
has,
better."
as always, a very sort of, well, you can see her expression there. Very sour expression.
She has no other expression.
To your very great surprise, she approaches and she lays a wreath on the grave. And she kneels and she prays for a few moments, muttering some prayers.
I eye her
Gets up
suspiciously.
Kick her in. This is not...
Stop ruining the mood.
Actually, to be fair, if one of us were to stab her, then this would solve a lot of problems in the world.
It would generate a lot of problems imminently for you, but
In the immediate future, given she's got
Oh no.
a lot of elite guards there with her, given that she's got a lot of elite guards there, it might create some problems.
It's purely hypothetical, and none of us have the ability to communicate this thought with any of the others, so I don't think any of us are actually going to be stabbing the horrible bitch, but you never know.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
could probably take her with one round, though.
Anyway,
Please, don't spill blood on Flora's grave.
No, it would be
Patricia.
I think that's how
disrespectful.
vampires are created or something.
I know you are eyeing me suspiciously, but there is no need. I'm merely paying my respects to a woman I admired. You understand, I admire anyone who fights corruption, and she exposed the twisted machinations of Lovamore to me, and stopped me entering a vile alliance with those glorified warlocks. It's just a shame, though. She's going to be dragged down to hell now by that demon she was bonded to. I could not save her soul.
You know nothing.
Do you know any more than I do?
Well, that depends. Are you aware that Gainsley had an entire network of magic users all chained together?
I have become aware of this in the last few days. The information seems to have made the rounds at the council.
Can't imagine why.
I'm glad I didn't make an alliance with that lot.
I'd say the demons are the ones who treat magic users with such disdain.
Whoever you are, I'm sure a lot of people share your opinion, but might I remind you, a lot of people in Derodon would be extraordinarily angry at me for even setting foot on a heretic church to lay a wreath on a heretic priest's grave. But no, I respect her, even if I thought her religion was a terrible, terrible misreading of Thaeon's judgments. She
Wow.
walks back to her guards.
Yeah, that's probably a good move, lady.
Yeah, you keep on walking.
To all of you, I wish your lady well as she goes to the other side, but for both of our sakes, I hope we don't meet again.
I second that.
And she walks off. Okay.
I've only met her once and I don't like her.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, at this point, not now, Cat.
I get the feeling that Vayne takes the same amount of pleasure in setting people on fire that I do, and that's kind of disturbing.
She does it in a much more organised way,
Well, yeah, that's because she has people to hold her victims down.
and tie them to posts and such.
Yeah.
Then you can take your
Anyway.
time there. Enjoy the moment.
After a
But I
little
have-
while, the priest leaves you to your mourning, as does Thomas, Nolango, Shen. At this point, Eileen, basically before any of you consider leaving, she just sort of comes up to you. Before you go, I have business I needed to discuss with all of you. At this point, yes, they may look a lot like Lovamorian guards, but it just so happened that some harping guards have similar uniforms. Anyway.
They're definitely harping guards, I can tell by their badge.
Okay, hang on. Not you.
It
There
says,
we
"Hi,
go.
I am Bert." Bert, that's a strong harping name. That's how you know.
You see, the magical slave from earlier being brought
He's so
in.
beefy compared to the others.
I know. He still has his mask on and he's sort of limping a bit. We have tried our best to revive him, and though he has been very helpful in giving us information, his mind is still clouded. Heron, your next task will be to... Okay.
Continue.
Your next task will be to help somebody to rehabilitate this poor fellow, and perhaps we can gain more information about Lovamore's inner workings. But for now, though...
What makes you think I would know someone who could help with a magic user?
All right, Heron, you don't need to get defensive. I'm just saying that that's a mission I'd like to assign you to.
I see. Okay.
Heron seems like he's hiding something. At this point, Heron, talking of magic use, you feel a strange feeling in the pit of your stomach. You feel as if...
I think I'm going to be sick.
You feel as if, like, you're sort of floating on air, as if, like, your whole body is becoming like a cloud, and sort of everything starts turning hazy to you. And at this point, you hear a voice in your head. A voice very similar to Flora's.
Heron! Heron!
Ah, spooky ghost!
At this point, above Flora's gravestone, light shoots out of Heron's chest, and you see a spectral, purplish spectre of Flora hovering above her grave. It seems to sort of be flickering in and out of existence, and sort of half of it seems to be sort of amorphous like water, and half of it seems to be solid. Flora, for the first time ever, you see the faces of your companions. Wow. This is quite a shock to you. Even though it's sort of an astral vision, you see them for the first time.
And she goes, "Oh!
I have come to haunt you all."
I'm incredibly pretty. Just keep that in mind.
Elide and Loretta and they're all just like.
Swift looks up at the spectral form and just says, "Well, that kind of makes sense. Spirits are angels, or at least her spirits are."
At this point, Flora speaks.
She does? Okay.
Yes, she does.
I don't think I will ever truly be finished being thankful to Sandalphon for giving me the opportunity to speak with you all at least once more, and to see you all standing there paying your respects. I must say, how very touching it is. And though it is not my fate to be with Thaeon, I am now to be joined with Sandalphon, to be one amongst his kind, the spirits in there, in the far realms. I will continue to do what I can to guide you all, although I have great confidence that you will not need me as much. You've all learned a great deal. You've all proven just how strong you are. How you've all shown you know what the true and right path is. You will act justly.
Flora, are you still
And though I may be some distance away, it is usually seen by those in the spirit realm the moments of true heroism, the moments of greatest warmth, commitment, and conflict. They shine brightest. They enable us to be connected to this world once again. So I feel I will never be too far away from you all. My time is short. I'll not be able to give you all the fond farewells that you all deserve. I'll never be grateful enough for all the service you have rendered me and the kindness you have shown. So I have come to reassure you that I will be at your side. Always. And to give you a glimpse of the kind of visions that I've been blessed seeing. St. Alphen has great insight. And he has guided me well. I hope that this vision will help you as it has helped me.
At this point, just Norman just sort of like puts his hands up in the air. My lady, she truly is a saint! I tell you, a saint! At this point, from Flora's form, there is sort of this. It's basically like kind of a hologram that's sort of projecting this image to all of you, and what appears is the following.
Does it go kind of wavy?
It does a little bit, yes. You all see. This is the first time. This is the first time for the lot of you.
Is that what I think it is?
It looks.
You have his plushie. You know who it is.
It looks.
It's
similar to
Lisa.
his plushie.
It looks taller.
Anyway, you see Thaeon sitting, or at least what you assume to be Thaeon, sitting on his throne. He just sort of, his eyes gaze into the distance, like there's just nothing there anymore. And at this point, McManus, his right-hand man, is sitting next to him. Thaeon, you've got to snap out of it. It's been years since she died. And you're lucky I've kept your secret, Thaeon. If anybody knew you had an elf lover, I can't imagine the hell there'd be to pay. What does it matter, McManus? All we do is try to keep squabbling warlords and tribesmen in check. Nobles who want more power than they deserve, trying to feather their nests. What's the point of it anymore now she's gone? She was the proof that elves and humans could love each other, that everyone could live together in peace. Thaeon, don't push your luck, boy. Do not talk about that again. The walls have ears. Now I'll leave you to think about it. You have an execution to preside over in the morning. A rebellious noble. Don't be late for it. At this point, McManus leaves the room, and just Thaeon just kind of leans his head back as if he's just gazing into nothingness. And then, before him, there is a giant red ball of energy. If I can just layer, there we go. And Thaeon's eyes just open wide. What is this? What's going on? At this point, you hear a ghostly voice. Thaeon, I have come from beyond, seeking you. This world you live in is a hub for all the spirits in the universe, the ley line for every soul in existence. You are the image in the minds of people on this world. You hold sway over their hearts. I come to seek you, to join with you, and together we can rule this world as a god and have control over all the spirits in the universe. Thaeon he's just aghast at this phase. At this point. No! I can't do that. I'm not here to enslave everyone in the universe. What you're proposing? How can I trust you? Get out of here, you vile spirit! I'm probably just going mad from grief. Oh, Elodie, I miss you so much. Thaeon, do you think Elodie is completely beyond your reach? What are you saying? Elodie is there still, in the echoes of existence. You can find her again. You mean I can be with her again? Yes, Thaeon. Join with me. You will be able to watch over your people forever and be with your beloved once more. Thaeon just looks conflicted, confused, shocked just for a few minutes, but after a while, just in a cold sweat, he just says, I'll do anything to be with her again. All right. I'll do it. I'll do it. He just extends his hands out and he walks towards the spirit. And in a blinding flash, the spirit and Thaeon merge into one. And then the vision ends.
Swift is cracking up.
I don't think I want to have shown him that vision. That's not a nice one.
It's not a nice one, is it?
No, not a nice one.
At this point, just
On the
Norman
floor,
is
just rolling,
aghast.
laughing so hard.
The child is hysterical, and I must admit I am too. Is this what happened to Thaeon? Was this his ultimate fate? To join with this being who offered him this great power?
Wait, that means he's actually still here.
I cannot believe this.
Thaeon is a warlock!
Everyone has their reasons for doing things. It's fairly clear Thaeon was doing what he was for love.
No, not a warlock. A god.
You think?
Could Thaeon still be out there? As this god? Join with this spirit watching over us still? Is that the true Thaeon?
Leaning over the earth going...
It's more than I know, but it seems plausible.
My goodness. I cannot believe this. At this
Take it
point...
from me, it's possible.
At this point, Sandolphin whispers to you, Flora, there is another spirit in much suffering. Before we go, let us use our powers to liberate it.
It is all we can do.
All right.
Who are you talking to, Flora?
Or give a
What,
generous smile.
Yeah, you'll probably, yes. At this point, a aura appears from Flora,
Ooh,
and an energy beam zips
The Flora aura.
towards the magical slave, and it sort of oh, nice, and it zaps into the magical slave's mask. The mask kind of crackles, and slowly the sort of ensorcelled links that keep the mask closed start to unwind, and the mask falls off. The magical slave just kind of grips his face. The man has been liberated. It's a miracle.
I was hoping we were exercising Swift. I was really hoping.
I honestly thought that was what was about to happen.
What does he look like? The magical
Next
slave?
At this
time.
point,
Next
by
time.
the way, Swift, you hear a voice in your head. Swift, if you were to die, would you bond with me for eternity? If I promised you great power?
To be honest, I'd probably just do it because you're amusing.
You like fire. Don't worry. There will be a lot of fire in your future if you join with me. And he fades from your brain. At this point, the man is just rolling around on the ground. And Norman's saying, "It's a miracle. In spite of what we've just seen, I'm sure Thaeon is on our side. He is empowering Our Lady. He is helping everyone, watching over us all this time." At this point, the magical slave gets up. Do-do-do.
I think I know what's coming.
I think you do.
Ba-ba-da-ba. Thaeon?
At this point, you see a man with dirty blonde hair, as if he's been kind of kept in a mask for a long time. And he
big
seems very
beard.
similar looking to the man in the vision. At this point, he just goes, "What's going on? Who are you? Where am I?"
You were...
And that's the end of the campaign!
No! Oh god.
Thank you, everyone, for this being here at this wonderful campaign. Sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger, but we
Mic
got to
drop.
have something for season 2.
Wow.
We got to have
Where
something
do we
for
go
season
from
2.
here?
Yeah, gotta have something for season 2.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
I think
Anyway,
that's gonna be
yes.
epic.
Thank you all so much. Thank you all to my wonderful flayers. Thank you to everyone who's watched this video on YouTube when it's being edited. Could be quite a while. Yes. And there we have it. There was The Path of Thaeon, Season 1.
Wow, what a twist. Wow.
I was not expecting that.
I was
Very unexpected.
I was not expecting that until the mask fell off.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like, oh.
I was confused why they were bringing some weirdo magic slave to this bloody funeral. It's like, should he really be here? But
Hey,
yeah,
they just had to
apparently
include
so.
everyone. You know those two, mercenaries who we left alive up in the
Hey.
mountains? And I said let them go so they can, have a second chance at life. Yeah, they were gonna come. throw some flowers.
To be fair, if every single mercenary that you had saved from us attended your funeral, then it would be much, much larger.
Hey, I was thinking of having, Olaf and Captain Donavucci turn up.
I think you would be appropriate. Olaf, maybe not so much.
But I didn't do it.
Full on cast appearance.